two things. Well, first about the looting incident, we heard about Ambassador Noon today talking to me, saying that Israel has concrete evidence that those looters were Hamas. Will UN ask Israel for those evidences, or do you think it's irrelevant? And secondly, I mean, on looting, will this affect the future UN operation, or you still will deliver the do the convoy when there's the opportunity?
Is it going to make us stop? No. We will continue to do whatever we can. We will continue to try to get as many of the goods that are at the crossings to get them into Gaza, right? And I can tell you that our colleagues are in close touch with the Israel authorities. Listen, this was a vast operation, right? Trucks were either disabled or stolen. Our drivers were shot at. I know one of them was wounded. And I think you're also all aware that there was an incident not that long ago where Hamas said it had killed a number of the people who they say were involved in the looting. I can only tell you what we know, right? The point is that there continues to be lawlessness. There continues to be risk to humanitarian workers, risk to humanitarian to the goods, obviously risk to the civilians, the continued detention of the hostages. This kind of looting is just so detrimental to our ability to work, not only because the goods aren't getting delivered, but it also, I think, impacts the trust the community, we hope, has in the UN's ability to work.
Okay, secondly, maybe I missed this. I heard some rumors, I just want confirmation. Is Mr. Tor Wennesland leaving?
Yeah, Mr. Wennesland is ending his mandate early next year as scheduled. It's the end of his at the end of his contract.
As I understand, he's leaving Jerusalem on 2nd of December.
I don't have his travel dates, but I can tell you that he's finishing his mandate.
So who will
early
be the next
January.
coordinator?
There is a process ongoing to find a successor to Mr. Wennesland.
It's a very difficult position, I think.
You know, most senior UN positions are very difficult positions.
Like your position?
No, mine's the easy part. Speaking of the easy part, Abdelhamid.
I just want to ask, do you know who are the looters are? If you don't know the answer, I have the answer. They are groups financed and armed by Israel.
What is the question, Abdelhamid?
The question, do you know that these looters are supported, financed, and armed by Israel?
What we do know is that these are armed criminal gangs. We've seen those reports, notably in the press recently. You know, our aim is not to conduct deep investigations into the motivation of people. The fact is that 109 trucks filled with desperately needed food to be distributed through the World Food Program, through UNRWA, was 98 of them, if I'm not mistaken, were looted, were destroyed. That's unacceptable. They were taken over by men with guns who shot at our people and who took things that belonged to the civilians in Gaza.
Would Israel tolerate seeing people with arms right in front of it? Does it make sense? It's too big.
You're entering into dialectic conversation with me, which is
no, because that is part of the distortion campaign and dehumanizing the Palestinians.
There is, as I've said often from this podium, and I think notably to Deji yesterday, one of the best ways to shed light on what is actually happening in Gaza would be for international journalists to be allowed in.